Now, one of the things that Udemy does and does rather well is putting your course on Android and Apple phones. And I want to talk a little bit about that because it's often misunderstood, but there are a couple of wonderful advantages. Just to explain, your course will be available through the Google Play Store or whatever they call it this week, because they seem to change it all the time. And people can download it from there, again, at whatever price you set. And if Udemy does a promotion, which they do quite often, then it'll be available at a promoted price. And I do have to say that although the promoted price is very low, I do get an awful lot of students from that and consequently make overall a fair bit of money. It's also available on the Apple Store, and that's for iOS devices, for obviously for iPhones, iPods, and iPatches, iPhones, all the various things, the various eyes things. Somebody said to me today, if they bring out Google Glass, well, they call it II, which I thought was funny, but you might not. Anyway, so these things are great. There are extra places that people can find your courses, so somebody can be searching their mobile phone or their iPad or whatever and come across your course. They can instantly download it after paying, and away you go. A couple of things you need to be aware of. First of all, when somebody downloads to one of these devices, say like an iPod or iPad or an Android phone, they actually download the whole of your course to that phone. In theory, they can only watch it on that particular device, and we know that people pirate films and things from time to time. I'm sure it's possible, but it's something you can't really do much about. The fact of the matter is that people who have these devices, and I include myself in that, we tend to be very good at just buying things, click the button, I'll have this and whatever. The complications are, and I'll give you the good news in a second, that first of all, your course from going live will appear in the Android store very quickly. Google, who own the Android store, are very quick at putting anything up. Apple take a long time. They have to approve each new course as a completely separate program, if you like. And in theory, it takes about a month. There's been stories of it taking up to 3 months, so don't worry if your course doesn't appear on the Apple Store, particularly for some time. It can take up to 3 months, but I understand the normal average is about a month. The other downside, I'll tell you there's more, is that straight away the fee to Apple and to Google is 30%. So if your course is, and let's make it round figures because it's easier, $100, then your payment will be based on $70. So if you're on 97%, you've done the marketing yourself and brought people there, then you'll get 97% of $70. And I'm not going to work that out, but I'm sure you can. If it's Google that's Udemy that's promoting it, and they take half of the money, then you'll get $35. And that does confuse people because, hang on, it's sold for $100. Why have I only got $35? That's the reason, is that simply Google and Apple both take a 30% commission off. So where's the good news, Alan? You said there was good news. That's all bad news. Well, actually, it's good news because you've got lots of other places that your courses are available on, and lots of people don't realise that. So the Android store straight away, you should start seeing sales on that quite quickly. And the Apple Store takes a bit longer, but it's much more respected and trustworthy and so on. And with these apps, people can download your device and download your courses, and they can watch them offline. And that's great if people are travelling on a plane or a train or somewhere or other commuting back and forth to work where they don't have an internet connection. So it's a fantastic extra way. Here's the good news. When you download anything from the Play Store or from the Apple Store, you can't refund. Well, you can for about 3 minutes or something. I think it's 15 minutes, but anyway. So the great thing is these sales are final, and you never, ever, ever get refunds. Now, refunds is something that concerns us all from time to time, and I talk about it in this course. But you can never, ever get refunds on a course that's sold on the Apple Store or on the Android Store, the Google Android Store. Say whatever they call it this week. So good and bad there. The bad is it takes a bit longer. The good is that you can get a lot more sales from it. People with these devices are much quicker to spend money. Udemy does lots of promotions on these particular sites, and that can bring you in a lot of sales, a lot of students. Maybe not a lot of income per student, but if you've got a good performing course, ones that people really need to study, I rather suspect that Udemy is very happy to promote them. Then people can watch them and say when they're flying, commuting or whatever. Remember that this 30% goes off, but the good news also is that you never ever get refunds, which is, a bit of peace of mind, and it's nice.